tell me what to say.
Hello and welcome to another exciting new episode of Serious Nibbage with sbrebrown and
Gourmet Pens! Again, I've had a lot of sugar and a lot of caffeine today, but I'm never as bad as this. Alright. Today...
It sounds a little bit like gourmet pants. Like you wear...
Today we will be discussing the serious nibbage-ness of the Pelikan Classic 200. And,
Tradition.
Oh, sorry, tradition. Pelikan tradition. I don't know why I said classic. I was thinking of the classic Cafe Creme. Oh, God.
Yeah, but that's not
I got Pelikan on the brain.
Pelikan on the brain.
So, this is the clear version of it. And, yes.
Looks opaque to me.
Well, you don't know on the camera, it might not look clear. Isn't he mean? God, I have to live with this. Sometimes. First impressions. My first impressions, I'm going to take it because it's my pen. First impressions were positive. I don't find Pelikan packaging all that exciting. And to be honest, I got this like a year ago and I don't remember the packaging because it's not exciting. But the pen is like a mini version of my M1005, which is the clear M1000. And it's
Except it doesn't have a brass piston or rhodium trim.
In appearance, it's super cute. It's a mini version. So, my first impressions were positive. I think it's a cute pen. And I really like clear pens a lot. And I also like piston fillers.
So that kind of ticks all your marks.
Almost, yeah.
Marks all your ticks boxes.
Ticks all my boxes. I don't know. What were your first impressions? How do you feel about the pen?
I think it's a...
Look how funny it looks in your hand.
Well, yeah, we'll come back to that. I think it's a very interesting design. I mean, it is a Pelikan. You know you get a reliable piston filler. You know you get, in this case, I'm guessing plastic as opposed to the resin they usually use, although of course you can have discussions about plastic and resin. In any case, it's plastic. I have not seen this crack.
No, and it's definitely been dropped by someone.
Even though it's a clear demonstrator piston filled pen, it doesn't crack. It writes.
Apparently it is resin.
Oh, it is resin. Well, that was the thing with resin is a type of plastic or the other way around. Anyway.
Yeah.
Clear, nice, looks cool. Demonstrators, I think, look cool. Some people love them, some people hate them. I tend to enjoy them.
Some people argue whether a clear pen is actually a demonstrator.
Yes.
And not, or not.
I think for the present purposes we can just use the term demonstrator just because everyone does. A piston-filled demonstrator is even cooler because you can see the mechanism.
We're kind of going into what makes it special here too.
Yes.
But I could add to it if you
want. My first impressions were pretty good, except that it's a very small pen. Because it really, especially if you're used to something like a Lamy M1000 or M800.
A Lamy M1000?
Oh, sorry, Pelikan
Oh my
M1000
God, his
or
brain
Pelikan
is falling
M800.
apart.
This is really small. And there's nothing wrong with a small one.
What makes it special? Well, this is basically the most inexpensive Pelikan you can get with a gold-plated nib. So it's not a pure gold. Yeah, it's not 14 karat or anything, but it is gold-plated, and it's a piston filler. So that's pretty neat. Also, it has the same nice features that you can remove the nib unit and all that stuff. So
put other nibs in. Including M400 nibs.
Because it's actually the same size.
Which are solid gold.
So, shall I do my writing experience?
You do your writing experience.
My writing experience.
Go ahead.
This is a broad nib.
Interrupt you.
Shut it. Broad nib, again, gold-plated steel. So, I inked it. I find the writing experience quite pleasant. Good flow. To be honest, I really had... I'm trying to think of a time I've had issues with a Pelikan nib, and I have, and you use a lot of Pelikans. I mean, okay, there was the M101 red, but I don't own that.
Skippy.
Flow was good, it's smooth, but what's really fun about the gold-plated nib on this is that it is fairly springy. So,
it's not a flex.
It's not a flex, and certainly not a semi-flex. But you put pressure and you will get a little bit of line variation, and I think that's a lot of fun, especially for a pen at this price point.
Yeah. My experience with it was pretty good too. I did notice a bit of skipping and some hard starts, if I recall.
Could be the angle that that I did not experience as much, but he might, so we do it at different angles.
It was a pleasant pen, and you know, even though it is a little bit small, when you post it, I'd say it's a comfortable size. So I did enjoy the writing experience in itself. The one thing I wasn't too sure about in writing is that there's a little lip there, and I find it a little bit sharp. And the thing is, maybe if you have smaller fingers, you don't notice it so much. But I touch both the threads on one end and the lip on the other end because there's no other way I can hold these.
Yeah, and my grip fits right in between those.
So again, if you have somewhat larger hands,
maybe you shouldn't have such big hands. Maybe you should get a reduction surgery.
Maybe I can have one phalanx cut off every finger.
Ew.
And then it would be anyway.
Yeah.
So that's but the writing experience itself, the nib, I would say is definitely interesting for the price point.
All right.
What do you love about it?
Well, I do love that it is a clear pen, a demonstrator. I like that it's a piston filler. I like that the nib is removable. You know, when we do Pelikans on Serious Nibbage, it's a lot of the same thing about what we like because it's pistons, cute clip, nice nibs, removable nib unit, so it's easy to clean, easy to maintain. That's about it. And honestly, it is well polished. It is very shiny.
Yeah.
It is
very clear.
They did a good job. I mean, of course, it's not as high end looking as the 1005, not surprisingly because of the price difference. But it doesn't look like a poorly done version of it.
No, true.
So, what do you love, or do you want me to do what I hate?
Why don't you first do what you hate?
Well, I don't really hate anything about it. That's the thing.
Oh, that's good. Then I'll do what I like about it.
Yeah.
That was quick. What I like about it is the piston, decent amount of ink. I like the overall looks of the pen. Clearly well made. Pelikan has good eye for detail. Even on their lower end pens, everything looks good, operates smoothly, and the nice thing about these piston fillers is that you can take the nib out, put a little bit of silicone grease in to smooth out the piston a bit if it gets a little bit
Which does
tough
happen
to
to
operate.
almost all pistons.
It does
all
happen,
pistons.
so that's a good thing. What I don't like so much, as I said, for me, the size, mainly the section, well, the occasional skip or hard start of the nib. It is a broad nib, though. Oh, the one thing I wanted to say that I do really like is that the cap is entirely clear, so you can actually see the nib. I hate those white inner caps.
Oh.
Would you or would you not buy it?
Okay, so $156 US, and just as a side note, it's on sale at Pen Chalet, which is where I got mine from as well, for $132. You can also use discounts there. Gourmet pens. Just
SbRebrown.
shh, gourmet pens. So I would buy it, especially because the nibs are interchangeable with an M400. So
Yes.
I think it's especially at that price as well. I think it's not inexpensive, but relative to some of Pelikan's other stuff, it's affordable.
Yeah, and it is interesting that you can interchange nibs with an M400 because you could buy a separate nib unit for that pen, which you can find from some retailers, eBay, etc. And even get a vintage 400 nib, which I have a 400 NN vintage, which has crazy flex on it. And you could put that in, and then you turn it into a whole different type of pen, and they still fit. So any M400
I think
nib
it's
unit,
amazing that Pelikan has kept that, which is really cool.
that's really nice. It's exactly the same.
Especially if you have a vintage pen that breaks, or you find it in a parts sale or something, and you only get a nib or a broken body in a nib.
You can put it to use.
So would you buy it?
I would not buy it. The reason being solely the size, because the performance and all this is definitely up to par.
Well, I think that says a lot about it, though. That if you would buy it, except that it's too small for your hands, then...
Yeah, if it would be, say, M600 size...
Or not.
Or up, I would be...
Alright.
Now, is it, or is it not, serious nibbage?
Ah! You were way cooler about yours than mine.
I'm the king of cool.
Yeah, I just think it's really nice. And we also know someone who has bought one of these nib units, or the pen, and had it turn into a cursive italic Or was it just an italic? Anyway,
I don't recall.
sent it to Pendleton Brown or Richard Binder, and had it.
We're really clear here. It could
Yeah.
be italic or cursive italic. Could be a stub.
No,
It could have been Richard Binder.
It was a 0.7 millimeter cursive italic.
Could have been
I
another
think.
Nibbmeister.
Anyway, I
I'm
don't know.
pretty sure it was Richard Binder, but it was interesting that you can do that. Just buy a nib unit.
Yeah.
Even if it's just gold plated, it doesn't have to be solid gold.
But
Nibbmeister
it
will
turns
turn
it into a
something.
really fun writing experience.
And then you have a whole different.
So then,
level.
basically, the pen is very versatile in that
Yeah.
regard. So I think that adds to its serious nibbageness.
Yes, I think you should consider it a customizable pen because
Yeah.
of the different nib units, etc.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. I think that concludes it.
Yeah.
If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, well then don't. If you would like to
Right,
see,
anyway,
if you
because we're on a mission to civilize the internet with the
Yeah.
pen habit.
do-do-do.
And if you want more pen pictures and stuff, you can follow us. If you want to see the reviews of the pen with writing samples, you can check out our reviews. And if you want the pen, you can check out Pen Chalet or your preferred retailer. If it's not Pen Chalet. I just say Pen Chalet because that's where I got mine. And also there's a
You should like to say pen chalet.
Pen Chalet.
Pen chalet.
Anyway,
Sorry.
we hope you enjoyed this.
Yes.
Please let us know what you think of the...
Do you have one? Do you
200.
use it? Did you have your nib customized by Nibbmeister? Do you remember which Nibbmeister it was?
Do you remember what nib it was customized to?
Then let us know. And
Alright, well,
we hope this was useful.
and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye! You forgot again!
Probably.
Probably. Bye!
Bye.
You should hear the things he says to me when the camera is not on. That does not sound good.
I thought you liked it when I talked dirty to you.
He's talking about dirty demonstrators. I'm sorry, dirty clear pens.
No, it wasn't.